Certainly not the sight the Celtics and their fans want to see. Paul Pierce in a lot of pain, had to be carried off. Then they put him in the wheelchair as he's going back to the locker room. And then receiving a thunderous ovation as he emerged from the tunnel.
Boston will get Ray Allen. The Seattle Supersonics will get Wally Zerbiak, Delonte West, and the number 5.
Well, Kevin Garnett is officially set to take up residence in Boston, and he's also signed a 3-year extension.
Now 2 at the break. They're 28-3, best record in the NBA. Fourth quarter up 3. Paul Pierce the pick.
Kevin Garnett and the Celtics, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. It's game 1 of the NBA Finals opening quarter. KG to the hole. He scored 24 points, had 13 boards. Second quarter, Kobe, the give and go with Pau Gasol. He had 15. Third quarter, KG out for Paul Pierce, who hits from beyond the arc, plus the foul. It's a 4-point play. Boston goes on top.
Number 1 seed in the West this year. Kobe Bryant knocks it down. And on the floor is Paul Pierce. Eddie Lacerte, their longtime head athletic trainer, quickly out there to check on him. Didn't see, he was in the midst of that crowd, exactly what happened. Certainly not the sight the Celtics and their fans want to see. Paul Pierce in a lot of pain, had to be carried off. Then they put him in the wheelchair as he's going back to the locker room. Obviously in a lot of pain, can't walk off on his own power. Now watch as Bryant drives to the basket. Perkins comes down, and it looks like Perkins lands on Pierce's leg or his foot. And Pierce's leg appeared to get kind of stuck, and sometimes it can twist there.
Paul Pierce did go into the locker room. He asked to stand on his own power. The doctors were trying to discourage him from doing that. They were saying, look, don't do it. But then he said, let me try it. Let me try it. So he did finally put weight on both legs as he walked back into the locker room.
This is the sight that the Celtics fans want to see. And hear the ovation as he comes hopping out of the tunnel. Pierce has been a very durable player throughout his career, with the exception of last season during that disastrous year. And he had a host of injuries, and now this huge ovation as their captain and leading scorer returns. Pierce has waited a long time to get to the NBA Finals. He's going to make sure he gets back on the floor. Rondo to Pierce. Pierce for 3. Bang! Celtics back up by 1.
Outstanding read by Rondo in transition. That's how you run the point guard spot. Finds Pierce, spotted up.
Pierce playing with a sprained knee. Gasol to the basket. Misses. Garnett right there to reject it. Rondo back to Pierce. Another 3. Puts it in. Back-to-back three-pointers for Paul Pierce.
In transition, you see Rondo. Pierce gets to the spot, delivers the basketball on point, knocks down the first one. It doesn't stop there. Fake penetration, finds him again. Good look, good execution, and Pierce rolled.
Well, the Celtic defense tremendous down the stretch. Celtics take game 1.
When I came down, I heard my knee pop, and I just thought I tore it or something. It was hurting really bad on the ground. I know I sprained it, it's sore right now, but you know, when I got in the back, I could put weight on it, and I could change direction. So I said, hey, I'm gonna get out there. I need to be out here. It's the finals, and I need to be here for my team.
It seemed to be a very questionable thing. He came back, I think just his appearance, like Willis Reed coming back for the Knicks.
What he showed tonight was mental toughness, and that carried over to the players on his team.
How scared were you when you saw Paul getting carried off the court the way that he did?
I think you're just more concerned than anything, man. You know, you never, I mean, regardless of who it was, you know, it could be on the Lakers. You never want to see anyone get hurt.
Literally, Neil, sat there with my mouth open because I've been in that boat twice, and both times I had a torn ACL, and that's exactly what it looked like to me with Paul Pierce. Not necessarily the collision. When you zoomed in on the knee, I said, you know, it doesn't really look like an ACL, but the way he's reacting and how emotional he seemed, it was almost like, my God, I can't believe game 1 of the NBA Finals, I finally get here and I'm done.
And you're right, it looked awful when he went down, and whenever a player hears a pop and they collapse and they're holding their knee in agony and they can't bear weight on it, you think the worst. A lot of us thought maybe he blew out a ligament in the knee.
You know, you don't know what happens. You know, guys can break a shoelace and go out, you know. Their pants break down, you know, their drawstring falls apart. You know, you don't know what happens to guys. And, you know, Pierce is back on the floor in, 3 minutes? You know, it wasn't that long out of the game.
Well, it was nice to see. It was nice that he didn't have a series-ending injury or what have you. But all of these Willis Reed comparisons is making me nauseous. It's just ridiculous. It's a complete waste of time to bring that up. That wasn't a pivotal closeout game. You know, it wasn't one of those situations where it's do or die.
Are you kidding me? Manufactured?
People are asking.
That's the most ridiculous. I wish Plasky was here so I could ask him about this. Paul Pierce went under the basket and crumpled to the floor in terrific pain. Tell me what benefit there could possibly be to the Boston Celtics for Paul Pierce to fake an injury, go off, and miss a couple minutes of the game. Are you people insane?
Knee is pretty sore right now. It's a little stiff. Last night after the game, I was able to ice it. Went home, wrapped it up in a mini little cast, came back this morning, did a little bit of treatment. So still some sharp pain going on.
You never want to talk about a guy being injured because there's a difference between being hurt and injured. When you hurt, you can still go. Every guy out there is hurt some way, shape, or form in every sport. But injured, he wasn't. And mostly when guys get carried off or put into a wheelchair, they are injured.
He obviously was hurt. I agree with Jackie. I think there's a good possibility he won't be able to play the next game.
The greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history is complete. Banner number 17, soon to be raised to the rafters.
Top of the world! Top of the world!